plain and simple. It is August 17th, Sunday, 2025. It is 9:58 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yes, America, across the globe, millions of Americans, over half, are trapped living paycheck to paycheck with no room for emergencies, no savings to fall back on. According to Ramsey Solutions, a staggering 53% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck right now across all income levels. I have baby Victor here in the background. He's my co-host tonight, of course, indeed. Even those making six figures, okay, 36% of them are still barely scraping by. Economists are shouting the alarm globally. This isn't just about numbers. It's a nation unraveling. The Ludwig Institute's, quote, minimal quality of life, end quote, index shows the bottom 60% of households can't even afford a basic dream life, covering essentials like housing, food, healthcare, transportation, and minimal leisure. To live that minimally, a family now needs over $120,000 a year, far more than most can earn. This according to the New York Post and many other reputable sources. Now, it only gets worse from there. According to a recent FINRA study, 26% of Americans admit that they are now spending more than they make, up from just 18 to 20% before. Financial stress is skyrocketing. 63% of folks say that money worries are disrupting their sleep, and 35% can't handle a sudden $2,000 expense. It's just becoming beyond attainable at this point for a lot of folks. Economists warn that while wealthy Americans are spending more, boosting GDP, lower and middle income families are stuck, burdened by slow wage growth, mounting debt, and higher costs, especially due to tariffs and inflation. So what's the reality? Even people with jobs and paychecks can't even catch a break. Here's the human cost. Well, working families are falling behind despite rising wages. Federal aid cuts and inflation have pushed child poverty rates from 5.6% in 2021 to nearly 13% in 2023. Families who aren't officially poor still can't even survive without irregular aid or multiple jobs. This is also according to the Wall Street Journal and 6 other reputable sources. I tell you no lie, folks, people are broke these days. We are seeing elders in their 80s still working full time, living paycheck to paycheck, juggling healthcare costs and debt just to survive. And you know, if they don't pay their stuff at these nursing facilities and stuff, I worked in nursing home for many, many years and took care of the elderly. And a lot of these folks are not taking care of the elderly well. They leave them in soil chucks for the whole entire night. Y'all know if y'all work the nursing field, well, you know we call them chucks when you put under the patients. But they'll leave the older folks in their chucks all night. It's just horrible the way that these nursing facilities are, especially compared to when I used to work the nursing facilities over 10, 15 years ago. Okay. But besides that, all these healthcare costs, all these debt, a lot of Americans are still trying to cling to hope. Almost half believe that we're headed in the wrong direction. Matter of fact, 61% think that the economy is worsening. And only 25% feel better off than a year ago. And only 52% say that their finances are unchanged. And you know that's the rich. You know it's the ones who got money. That they say that their problems ain't, nothing is unchanged. Yeah, right. You know when you go to the grocery store, you know what the deal is. But anywho, this is not about poor spending choices. It's structural breakdown. Wages stagnate while costs rise and essential needs outpace income. And then, of course, you top it off with immigration and all of this crap going on. People are afraid to go to work. Workers are afraid to go to work, period. People don't even want to go to the store to consume. So, of course, once these stores stop collecting money from the communities, then naturally they're not going to have hours to provide to the workers who work for their stores right now. And when those workers go home and they're not able to feed their family, and then there's no workers in order to show up to work because they ain't got enough money to pay the babysitter and even to get to work, then eventually these supermarkets and locations are going to shut down. So it's all a trickling effect. And the same person that's in charge of that supermarket or who opened up that supermarket in the community probably is a triple Trump supporter. And now they're losing their workers, losing their consumers. And then you think to yourself, was it even worth it? Was it even worth the racism? Was it worth all of this hate? It wasn't worth it. But some people think it was worth it. Some people still now, that little 52%. Matter of fact, no, that 25% feel that they're better off than a year ago. That's the percentage of folks that, to me, in my personal opinion, are ignorant because they choose not to see. There's nothing worse than a person who is not blind, but they choose not to see. Okay? Now, again, folks, we are on the brink. When I say we are on the brink, man, if you feel this in your gut, you are not alone. Folks, we are on the brink across the United States, across the globe. People are on the brink. And I'm going to tell you now, y'all know I keep it real. Negroes are finna starve because some of these pantries ain't even available to the poorest. And I don't care if you're white, black, purple, or green. If you come to this channel, you're a Negro to me. If that rhymed, it wasn't to be. It's a rhyme. I was just being extra. But I'm serious. Okay? I'm serious. We are a movement. We're not a stat. So if you're watching this and you hear my baby in the background, I need you to hit the subscribe button right now. It takes 1 second to do, and it's free to do. We're almost at 400 subscribers, but we're 100 away from it. And we need you. We need 1,000 to amplify these voices. The more we subscribe as people to other people's channel, the more their voices amplify. Voices demanding change is what we need. We need fairness. We need fairness in a world that doesn't want to provide fairness. Now I'm even scared to go to court. I thought the judges, if anything, they'll overrule or rule whatever. Shoot, a sister don't even want to go to court no more for nothing. Okay, but we need these voices to be amplified. Demanding change, fairness. Demanding change, demanding fairness, economic relief. We have to get these voices through. Because if it's not us, then who, right? And if not now, then when? No fluff, just the facts and our reality. We're living paycheck to paycheck because our system is broken. And we're not going to stay silent, folks. We're not. We are in this together. Please subscribe. And please share it if you wish to do so. If you enjoy the episode, you enjoy the radio broadcast, shall I say. And please stay engaged now and in the future. And if you all want to write me personally, you all can email me at bwtbgroup@gmail.com or the cncorg@gmail.com. Or you can just go straight to my website and contact me directly at pavielgallegos.com. All information is in the bio. Thank you all for listening.